All right, I think we got it. Let me hit the music and wait.
Boys and girls of all ages, are you ready to
Talk about your songs, talk about John 316. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
I've been hanging out in North Beach with my main squeeze deep. I know 20,000 leagues under the sea, 40 nights and 40 days. I hung and bung on the Titanic and Hercules. This is where the power lies. Fuck no broken. 46. How many times you decent me? So about money, so stood on it. Top Forest, Oxford, Terrango, German, fuck all of you.
Poor people who don't like AEW.
That's all kayfabe.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe. It's great. Everything's great. Oh, I want to welcome today my guest here, the great and powerful Gabe. Wait, no, he's not my guest. He's my co-host. What's wrong, Gabe? Are you all right?
It's not great, man. It's not great.
I mean, in AEW, everything's great.
But that's the thing, dude. I'm poor. I don't watch AEW.
That's true. You are poor. I know you're a working class man. You're always working.
Man, is this gonna be the first time in like a long time where we're actually gonna start off talking about wrestling?
Maybe it was a very like I don't know, like Triple H promised that Elimination Chamber was going to be like a big impact on everything and really feel like the road to WrestleMania, and he wasn't lying. He was not lying.
He wasn't. I don't want to say until like we start talking about the pay per view, but because I feel like whenever they say, "Oh, it's gonna be game changer," it's kind of like when Tony Khan says it.
Yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
it's gonna be a new era, so we're just like, oh, okay, whatever. But they pulled the trigger on something, and man, I'm just shocked. I'm like absolutely shocked. Like never in my life I thought this was gonna happen. Like they left R-Truth off of a PLE. Like that's not cool at all.
He's the backbone of fucking WWE. He really is.
They wouldn't they wouldn't exist without R-Truth.
No, he's been there for fucking 70 years or something. Just
Dude.
in the background, even if he's not in the foreground, he's somewhere there, doing something.
I don't even know if that's PG. No, but R-Truth, I love R-Truth, honestly.
Oh yeah, R-Truth's fucking great. He was fucking great.
But I know we were just discussing right now, like we felt like there was a lot of like a slow news week. Like I know like lately we've been started talking about like the reviews of like the wrestling shows that you watched for this week. But it's like that one thing that happened just like overshadowed this whole week. Like you're like, oh man, like a lot happened on NXT, and I'm just like, man, dude, like I forgot shit happened on other shows, dude.
Dude, it really did. I mean, change. I don't know. It's fucking. I don't feel the impact as much because didn't grow up with John Cena. I really didn't.
Oh man, I feel it in my heart, dude. Like I don't know if like I'm upset, but I feel like just genuinely shocked. Like there's moments where in my life where I watch wrestling and I've gotten like emotional, like Undertaker losing the streak, Daniel Bryan winning WrestleMania 30, Kofi Kingston winning the championship, multiple times where it's like just happy, or Seth Rollins betraying the Shield and like just like sad. This one, it's just like it's crazy because it's lingering on like the next day. And man, well, let's jump into it. Where do you want to begin at?
Yeah, man. We could start with Elimination Chamber. Let me see here. I got a graphic here.
Yeah. So, did you watch this whole show?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a badass graphic.
Yeah, somebody made this graphic, and I thought it was pretty cool. Who did? I have credit here. WGVGFX on Instagram.
Nice. It looks super badass. It kind of reminds me of like a wanted poster from like Western Times.
So what started was the women's elimination chamber. Did you watch the women's? I know you
Yes,
said
I.
you were like at your buddies, so like you didn't maybe get to see like all the matches.
hmm Yeah, the only match I didn't really get to pay attention to was the tag team match. It's just like not that not that it wasn't good. It was good. It was like really really solid.
Yeah.
But like at the time, it's just like my mind was just like somewhere else, just focused on other stuff. But but yeah, you're right. The women's elimination chamber match started off. Jade Cargill. I mean, not Jade Cargill. Oh, I'm so sorry. Spoilers. Uh,
Hmm.
Liv Morgan, Naomi, Roxanne Perez, Bailey, Alexa Bliss, and Bianca Belair. The six women in the match. The two that started off the match was Liv Morgan and Naomi. They ring the bell and they haven't closed the door, and then sure enough, here comes a returning Jade Cargill. And dude, man, she is so gorgeous. Like it blows my
Dude,
mind.
for real, she is like not only scary and intimidating, but like
Mhm.
hot as fuck. Like
Dude, man.
it's a weird like a fucking combination of intimidating and sexy, you know.
Dude, like she came out and like legit time froze at my friend's house and everyone's just like staring at the TV
And her
like
outfit was like, I don't know, on
dude,
point.
she
It was
looked she looked
fleek.
gorgeous, man.
It
Gorgeous,
was
gorgeous,
fleeky.
gorgeous. So the thought was that Liv Morgan was the one who attacked Jade Cargill. And then
Hmm.
so Liv Morgan is just there like, no, 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 like it wasn't me, it wasn't me. And then Jade, oh, it wasn't you. And she fucking attacks Naomi
Hmm.
and just
Hmm.
beats the shit out of her. And then, can I give an Emmy, like an Oscar to Bianca Belair? Like
Oh,
for how good her acting was?
dude, she was like, no, no, like
Dude, yeah, like
screaming
banging on the
all bad.
window and
Yeah, like
everything.
she couldn't do anything to like help her. I saw a meme that was like from the Hunger Games whenever they were making Katniss go up into the Hunger Game and like a
hmm
dude was getting beaten to death and she's just all no,
Oh
no,
man,
and
dude,
I was
she
just all
was.
dang.
Yeah, she was just like, no, no, what are you doing? Jade Cargill was just beating the fucking daylights out of Naomi,
For real.
and it ended off with Naomi crawling out, like trying to slowly crawl out of the elimination chamber, and then Jade Cargill just grabs the cage door and like slides into Naomi, knocks her out.
It
So
sounded bad too. Like,
it sounded bad, but you could tell like it was safe, you know. But it
oh yeah.
from a different camera angle, it looked really fucking gnarly. But so Jade Cargill just walks out, like arrives, raise hells and leaves. Man, I'm so excited talking about Jade Cargill. Oh my god, I'm flustered.
She did raise hells.
She did raise hells as she leaves. So Naomi gets carted out. They said she's eliminated from the match because she can't continue.
Hmm.
So the next person that comes out was Bianca Belair. So they start the match instead. The entries in order. So technically, Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair start off the match, and then the entries were Roxanne Perez, Bailey, and then Alexa Bliss. Do you have any other notes from this match? Like as far as like what stuck
Um,
out to you?
that hair whip,
Oh yes, yes.
dude. The Liv Morgan, yeah, Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair were hanging on top of like a elimination chamber little capsule, like where they hold the people, and she was trying to like pull her off. Liv Morgan was trying to pull off Bianca Belair, and she uses that hair as a whip, and it was just like the nastiest sound. Like I'm thinking about it now, it's like, it's unsettling, and you could just tell, like it. I don't know, it hurts so bad, and they kept talking about it. The announcers like, look at the welts on her back, da da, and it was a nasty whip, like.
It was. Oh man, and they zoomed in like on her stomach. You just see like the red line just
Uh-huh.
perfectly across like her
Mhm.
abdomen. I was like, ah man, that looks fucking terrible. It was a pretty solid match. So as far as like eliminations, I have that Liv Morgan eliminates Bailey. Alexa Bliss eliminates Roxanne Perez. Liv Morgan eliminates Alexa Bliss. So the final two were Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. Where legit, I was just like, man, please don't let Liv Morgan win.
I know, me too. I was like,
Ah,
don't tell me we're gonna see Rhea and fucking Liv Morgan again. Like,
exactly. And so that was exactly my thought.
yeah, I was like, oh
But
my god,
and
that
they
one's
were doing a bunch of like finishes where I was like, fuck, like Liv Morgan's gonna win, and Bianca like Belair just kept kicking out. But in the end, Bianca Belair did win the match. She was walking out to the entranceway, like posing to the people. Rhea Ripley comes out. They're probably against each other. Then Io Sky comes out and looks at Rhea Ripley because they got a match
on Raw.
on Raw for the Women's Championship.
Mhm.
So technically, Bianca Belair is going to face whoever wins between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. That was the match. And what did you end up thinking about the match?
That was pretty good. That fucking I remember I was like, just whatever, getting ready for the pay-per-view, and it was on, and I didn't think anything of it, but then that opening just really made it for me with Jade Cargill coming out and beating the shit out of fucking Naomi. Like it looked like she didn't hold back. Like it looked like vengeance. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
she beat, like there was a point where she did a big boot to her that it looked bad right in front of like Naomi's capsule, little like and her chamber, right? It's a chamber, right? Fuck. It's a chamber. But yeah, she she I don't know, she made it look badass. And I think we had like talked about you had said maybe Bianca Belair, or we were talking about Naomi or Bianca Belair were actually the ones behind it. And then if fucking Bianca Belair would turn heel, that'd be pretty badass.
Yes.
Yeah, we had talked a little bit about that, and I was like, oh, that's cool. We
So
kind of like we're the right direction, you know?
Yeah, like planting the seeds right here, man. Like someone had posted on Twitter like that clip of Jade Cargill like coming out and everything, and they're like, "Dude, this is great acting." On like Naomi's part because she kept on looking at Bianca, like, "Oh, like maybe we got her," you know, like just kind of like looking over her shoulder, and then when she turns around, like boom, like Jade Cargill just elbows her in the face. Yeah, this was a solid match. Before I continue, the other note that I have, like I wanted to talk about it before we started talking about the match. Did you see it where they were singing the national anthem?
No, I didn't. I did not see that. I don't even know where was it on Peacock?
It was
Did
on
it like
Peacock, yes.
really? Okay, then I must have tuned in late because I didn't see that at all. I just heard Pat McAfee mentioned something. He was like all pissed off. He's like, how dare they fucking boo during our national anthem or something like that.
I know,
He
it's like,
seemed
bitch,
legit pissed off.
dude, I know. It's like, man, you're in Canada. Like, I don't know. At this point, it's like everything's a joke. Like, it's funny.
That's true.
So, for those who didn't watch like the pre-show, like they were singing the national anthem. They're in fucking Toronto, Canada, and they start off like this lady in the middle of the ring sings the American national anthem, and everyone in Toronto just starts booing the fucking living shit out of it. Like, I feel bad because I was like, man, I hope she doesn't realize it's her. I hope she doesn't think it's her. Like, that was my big thing.
For sure.
But then, sure enough, right after she sings the American national anthem, she sings the Canadian national anthem, and dude, that's like one of the biggest pops of the night. Like, and then like everyone just starts singing it, and so I think that like she got all like giddy and everything, just like went on with it, like waved, and everyone's like, yeah,
hell yeah,
so
that'll fucking stroke your ego to get booed all rowdy like that, and then get a fucking cheer all rowdy.
It's like, are they saying boo or boo earns?
I was saying boo earns.
I was saying boo earns. Yeah, but I didn't get to hear Pat McAfee, but he was all pissed off, right?
He was pissed. Like when I heard him say that, he's like, "Oh, they didn't have to do that to our national anthem. Blah, blah. We didn't boo theirs or something." He seemed like legit pissed off about it. Like it was, like I was like, "What?" Like I thought it had happened off camera. I didn't know we could like see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like a few minutes before the main show started that it happened, but dude, it was so hilarious, man. I was like, man, I love Canada. Go Canada, you know?
Yeah,
I love poutine and hockey and maple syrup.
I love ketchup chips. ketchup potato chips.
Whoa, man, that's where I draw the line. That's
Come
not
on.
American of you.
You can't draw the line there.
Did you have any notes for the tag team match?
Nothing really, man. The only note I really had was that Trish Stratus looked hot, and she looked like she didn't, like skip a beat. As far as like, there was I was watching Raw. No, was it Raw or SmackDown? No, I was watching SmackDown, and they had Trish Stratus come out, and she mentioned like she was talking to the fans, and she was like, "Yes, you little girl, the little girl fan with your dad. I bet your dad had a poster of me," and he was just there like, "Yeah, I did,"
Ew, dude. That's
Yeah, I
nasty.
know. Yeah, I did with his daughter and shit. Yeah, he's just gooning all rowdy, and but. I was hoping that Trish Stratus would turn heel, but now with the John Cena thing, of course, it would have ruined the John Cena shit. Not that it would have ruined it; it just would have been like two legends turning heel. That's a little too much. But I was hoping Trish Stratus would turn heel on Tiffany and make her become the ultimate babyface. Because I still feel like Tiffany Stratus is a heel because she just has a face that looks like a bitch. Like she's just mean looking. Like I don't know, but it ended all right. They won, and everyone cheered, and it was just like a regular match. I mean, it really wasn't anything special.
So the next match, it's unsanctioned between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think I mentioned this a bunch of times. Like, if I could put any Kevin Owens match and Sami Zayn match when they fight each other in an IV bag, I'll put it directly in these veins. Dude, because this match fucking kicked ass. I thought it was really good. I don't know about you. Did you enjoy it?
It reminded me of the Cody Rhodes match. I feel like Kevin Owens is having the same fucking equation to his matches where he like doesn't mind getting hurt. It just seems like Sami Zayn took way more bumps than Cody. That double table spot outside was pretty rowdy.
Yes.
They were making a mess in the fucking the dome, like throwing garbage. Did you hear that line that Pat McAfee he just threw Dominic Mysterio at him or whatever? It was a trash can.
And then Michael Cole's like, he threw a trash can, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for audio listeners or something.
For audio listeners only, like, okay. But man, this crowd was like super fucking hot for this match because they're both from Canada, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like they could do no wrong in this match. Like they were beating the fucking daylights out of each other. So I remember the double table spot that Sami Zayn was on the top rope, like going for something. And then Kevin Owens pushes him off the top ropes to the outside, and then he flips through two tables. Looks fucking gnarly. The trash can spot, I call it Dominic Mysterio. So let me tell you, man, there's a spot in the match where Sami Zayn gives a haluva kick to the referee, right? And then Kevin Owens turns around and gives him a stunner. Fucking like tries to pin no ref. Charles Robinson, the other referee, comes in. 1, 2, Sami Zayn kicks out. Kevin Owens just picks him up and fucking lariats him, right, to Charles Robinson. How old do you think Charles Robinson is?
He looks good. So I'd say 52.
Charles Robinson is 60 years old.
Holy shit. All right, dang.
To be flipping, running full pace, and like taking a bump like that man is 60 years old. I had to Google that. I was like, man, like props to Charles Robinson because that shit looked crazy. And I just like the way like Kevin Owens just like slowly like losing his mind, like just knocking out the refs, and he won't get in trouble for it because it's unsanctioned, So I get it makes sense.
He just builds up refs to where he's getting like 1 star, 2 stars. Like
he's like, your soul is mine. So as the match continues, they do like that fisherman buster through the table. There was like that he does like that brain buster on the chair, And then Sami Zayn does like the fisherman suplex, whatever, like onto the chair, like to Kevin Owens. And then they bring out a fucking barbed wire chair. And the thing is, it wasn't even like wrapped shitty. Cause I was laughing because I was like, usually if I see it, it's like wrapped all the way around. No, someone opened up the chair, wrapped barbed wire around the seat, clipped it, and then wrapped barbed wire around like the backboard of it, so that way it can still open up and down, up and down.
Yeah. It was a carefully made prop.
So, Sami Zayn hits Kevin Owens twice with the chair, the barbed wire chair, opens it up and does like a leg takedown, and then his head bounces off the chair, selling it like crazy. And he does the Blue Thunder Bomb. That Blue Thunder Bomb looked gnarly. Like, I mean, I give props to Kevin Owens dude, for taking crazy bumps like that, but that crowd was like they could do no wrong in this match. It's just like this crowd was fucking hot. So towards the end of the match, Kevin Owens opens up a chair, puts it around Sami Zayn's head, throws into the post, does 2 power bombs onto the apron to Sami Zayn, and finally pins him. At the point of this match, I guess the producers all showed up and they're trying like, hey, Kevin, stop, like trying to separate them. Ends the match. Like, Kevin Owens wins finally. He's about to leave, and then there's like all the bodyguards like, hey, Kevin, you gotta leave, man. Like, you're gonna get in big trouble. He goes back, he unveils like the padding to reveal the concrete, and looks like he's gonna do a pile driver to Sami Zayn. And then out comes Randy Orton. And I was like, I thought he was gonna come during the match, but he comes after the match. So my parlay's ruined.
I hear
Kevin Owens,
voices in my head.
they came to me, they understand, they talk to me. They talk to me. So I'm sorry, my wife's asleep. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be waking her up. So they fight each other, RKO, and dude, let me tell you, I was hoping Randy Orton was gonna hit that punt. He was close. He was super close. I almost called it. And then like he's running, and then fucking all the producers running, and everyone is just fucking pissed. Like they wanted to see that fucking punt. So from what I'm assuming is that this is gonna lead to a match, obviously between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. But I don't think they should have a regular match. It should be like another like high stakes match, or like with a stipulation, because if Randy Orton took like that pile driver and then Kevin Owens is going like through all these crazy matches and shit, that it has to be some type of stipulation, I believe.
I don't know why Kevin Owens like pinned him and then did the concrete thing. Like he couldn't have done the concrete thing before pinning him.
It was like, not my Kevin Owens.
I don't know. It was a little.
So good job with him. Oh, there he is. He's right there.
Oh, there he is. He's always watching you.
I know. It's like he's a fan. He's a fan.
But yeah, no, it was a good match. It was I don't know, it reminded me a lot of the last match, like I said, not their last match, but the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. That's what it reminded me of, except like a little bit more hardcore, with the more spots for Sami Zayn. But yeah, to me it was like the same match that they always put on. And I'm not saying that's like a bad thing. It's just like we're already kind of like used to it. But the chair with the barbed wire and shit was pretty cool that they did that. But again, like we're so used to seeing like rowdy shit, especially like me watching AEW still. It's like that shit happens all the time. It's just we're already used to it.
Like you're so
desensitized from it.
Desensitized. There you go. You're desensitized.
Yeah.
Oh man. So the next match was the men's elimination chamber match. Overall, as a match, what did you think of this match?
It was good. It was fucking like, I don't know. I thought, I wish it had started out like more fast paced like the women's did, because the women's like, well, that whole Jade Cargill storyline was fucking great. Like to start out the women's, it really like brought it out. It really opened up the show on like a rowdy, explosive energy note. You know what I mean? It was fucking good. But otherwise, it was all right. It was good. How about you?
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed this match, man. It's like I like all the guys in there except for Logan Paul. um, so like jumping into the match, uh, it starts off with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. They fight each other, and both of them got one finisher saved up because they both wasted. They both reversed it. Just regular like back and forth, back and forth. So the entries as far as like this match goes, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre started off the match. Then comes in Damian Priest, then Logan Paul, John Cena, and then CM Punk comes in last. Um, I just saw this match like a few minutes ago, so I'm trying to remember it like off of my memory. The one thing I remember, my notes right here, is like Cena enters with 3 times finishers. Because as soon as he came in, dude, he was just popping AAs and like the "you can't see me's," and man, like the crowd was so behind him, like
Hmm.
so behind him.
Yeah,
Um,
they were. Everyone wants him to win at this
mhm,
point. At this point, right? Everyone's like, man, Cena's got to win. He did that press conference the last time, and he said he was gonna win. He's got to
mhm.
fucking win. You know.
He's got to fucking win. But like in my heart, I was like, man, I still want CM Punk to win it. Like in my heart.
Yeah, it was either or that made sense. The most sense.
So, I remember John Cena comes in, does all his finishers. He gives the AA to Logan Paul, I believe. He turns around, Drew McIntyre gives him a Claymore. So he was gonna go and pin Cena, but then Damian Priest comes and rolls up McIntyre 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre is the first person out. So this whole time, CM Punk is still in his pod. McIntyre's fucking pissed. He gives a Claymore to Damian Priest, knocks him out, then he takes off. Then this leads to Logan Paul jumping off of the pod, like doing a frog splash. Logan Paul eliminates, uh, yeah,
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. Thank you.
Hmm.
So the final four, CM Punk finally comes out. He gives a GTS to Logan Paul. He pins Logan Paul 1, 2, 3. So the final three is Rollins, Punk, and Cena, which is a really good final three, man. All three of these guys worked really, really well together. It really warmed my heart when I saw Cena and Punk like hug, like they hugged it out, and then they just started
Yeah.
beating the shit out of it. Dude, these are like soulmates, man. Like they were working very, very well with each other. Like I don't know, when they were like going off and like Cena went for the STF, it took me back to like 2011, like Punk versus Cena, like me as a teenager, like just all giddy and shit. I was like, man, dude, this is what I live for. Like,
That's how it gets. This is how it gets when I have to go to the restroom at the end by the end of the podcast, and I've been holding it in for so
you
long.
got like bad diarrhea, just fucking
Yeah,
goosebumps.
just goosebumps from having to take a shit. Uh,
So fucking everyone does their finisher on Rollins. Rollins gets eliminated by CM Punk. Um, so the final two is CM Punk and John Cena. They're going for it. Cena's trying to go for it STF, but Punk is holding on to the ropes and he kicks him, turns around. Rollins is still in there and gives him a fucking crazy curb stomp.
mhm.
Like gives him a curb stomp. But he said Cena's just like looking around and not very John Cena like. He grabs his like, pulls him in and gets him in the STF, but gets him like underneath the chin, like he's choking him out.
Mhm.
And so I was like, man, that's not very John Cena. I was like, oh, maybe it's slowly building up to a heel turn, you know? So Punk never taps out. Like he just
No.
passes out. And then that's
Mhm.
like they stop the match. John Cena wins. When Punk is getting choked out, I don't know if you saw, but like Seth Rollins is there. He's going, die!
I heard about. I think I saw that on Twitter. I didn't see it during it, but I saw it on Twitter that
Dude, like
he was yelling "die."
he looked mad. He looked so like insane. Like just so focused on Punk. So hopefully they get to have another match at Mania, or maybe they're overall gonna do the triple threat like we had discussed like a few
Mm.
episodes ago with him, Rollins, and Reigns. Which honestly, that'd be a pretty sick match. Like I don't know, like just so anyway, like before
Mhm.
we start talking about that, at the very end, fucking Cody Rhodes comes out, right?
I thought this was weird because I was like, why is Cena like I didn't I was like a dumbass kid. I was like, why is Cena still out there? This is weird. You
Hmm.
know? Like it didn't make sense to me because Cody came out and then like you're saying The Rock did his entrance.
Hmm. So, like, I was thinking the same thing too. What you just
Yeah.
said, like, why is Cena still there?
Oh, why
But
is
maybe it's
Cena
just for
still there?
Cody Rhodes to come out and just like congratulate him. Point at the
Yeah.
sign, whatever. Because I remember they said The Rock and Cody Rhodes were gonna have a segment,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was gonna be in the middle of the pay per view.
Me
Before like
too.
the men's. So they didn't have it in the middle of the pay per view. So I was like, oh, like thank God they scrapped it. And then sure enough, here comes Travis Scott, like just like out the blue, right? And then comes out The Rock. And then so I'm like, wait, they're doing this right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's so weird. I don't get it. The Rock comes in, Travis Scott comes in, and Travis Scott is just there, you know?
Yeah, he's just there. I like it could have been it's like your create a character in a cutscene, you
Yes.
know? It's like, okay, I created Travis Scott and he's in the cutscene, at Elimination Chamber.
So The Rock comes out, they're talking, right? And Cena's off to the side. He goes, I need your answer, Cody. Like, is it gonna be yes or no? Or what do you say? Like, if you say no, like your life is over, or something like that along those
Yeah,
lines.
he was saying just real dramatic shit.
Dude, it's just like, what is it you're talking about? He's all, oh, I lost my soul a long time ago. Like, I lost it to this company, to these fans. Like, and what does he say, Lorenzo? Hey, Rock.
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, you can say
He
it.
says,
Go
"Hey,
ahead.
Rock, go fuck yourself."
Dude, uncensored.
Yeah, yeah,
Uncensored.
yeah. I was like, "Oh, I felt that. Ooh,
Dude,
I
I
felt
know it's
it."
like, hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. And like, Cena's just there,
Man,
like, oh, like
yeah, and the crowd, man, it
that.
was,
That crowd was so hot, you know.
yeah,
And I remember watching it with my friends, and everyone's like, "Holy shit!" Like legit, time froze, and we're just watching to see what happens. And like the Rock is there, and I'm laughing because so I thought Travis Scott had smelling salts on him because he's like in the corner like this, and then you just like that.
uh
I was like, "What the fuck?" It turned out he was burning sage, like he was just burning it all around himself. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
I
Cody
thought that was
Rhodes.
slang for like marijuana or something. I thought he
I
was,
legit, I was like, "What's he doing?" Like trying to like cologne himself to make sure he doesn't get caught.
yeah, he was doing some weird, like soul protection, like he was trying to protect his own soul.
He's putting an aura around him because he knows what's about
Yeah,
to go down. So then Cody Rhodes looks at John Cena. They dap each other up. He's going for the hug. And fucking John Cena just looks at The Rock and stone cold face. Just angry. And then The Rock.
yeah. He
And
gives him the
then,
signal.
sure enough, John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the fucking dick. Beats the living fucking daylights out of him. Him, The Rock, and Travis Scott like just beat the fucking shit out of Cody Rhodes, leave him in a bloody pool, and John Cena officially turns heel.
I think I got here a picture of him babyface and then him a heel.
Dude, man, like this happened and time legit froze. I like I'm still comprehending it because we're recording this on Sunday the 2nd, so it's literally the next day. And
Yeah.
these feelings for me are still lingering on from the day before. And it's just like I'm not sad, but I'm just like fuck, like they fucking did it, you know? They made him
Mhm.
heel. Legit, like almost my whole life, John Cena has been a fucking babyface, you know? I think even my best friend Jacob, like I'm the one who got him into wrestling, and he loves John Cena. He was like, so 2005, I think in like 2004, 2005, he started watching wrestling,
Mhm.
and he's like, man, like my whole life, John Cena has been a fucking face, and I'm like, wow, it is like I'm still flabbergasted. I'm still at a loss for words.
No, yeah, it was. I didn't see this coming at all, and yeah, seeing it, it didn't really affect me as much because I'm not like in the same boat as you all, where he's always been like. I mean, I've seen him as like Peacemaker and all these other
Mhm.
heel bad guy characters on movies. So I guess I'm like used to it, but yeah, I didn't see it coming. I just saw The Rock hold up his fingers and like do this to his throat, and you were like, oh shit, Cena's gonna fucking turn on him, and it was just like, wow, like this is fucking uh crazy, but it's good. Like it
It's
was
so
good.
good, man. It's so good, man. And like we were just like this is how it was last year. Like when Cody Rhodes gave his opportunity to The Rock for winning the Rumble. And we're like, man, this is fucking stupid. And then it led to like one of the best character developments in like a
Uh-huh.
long time. The same shit fucking happened this year. Where it's like, oh, like I want your soul. Like, and we're like, dude, this promo is fucking cringy. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then it turns out John Cena was the one who sold his soul to the devil, Cuphead
Mhm.
style.
And
And
part of me thought going into this that Cody was gonna actually turn heel, because it was gonna be John Cena, Cody, and I thought for sure Cody was gonna turn heel and go against the babyface John Cena.
mhm.
I believed that more than this what actually came upon.
Man, can you tell like this had such a big effect like in general like because I mean obviously I've watched wrestling like my whole life, right? I fucking love it to death.
Mhm.
Like my mom texts me like she texts me. I have the text on my phone and I remember it word for word. She texts me, what the heck? Dude, but it like honestly like so many people were messaging me. Like I remember I messaged you to see if you were watching it, and then friends were messaging me like, dude, like John Cena turned heel. Like, did you see it? Did you see it? And like I'm like trying to keep up, but it's like I'm so focused like on what's happening because I'm like, dude, this is for real. Like this is legit fucking happening. Like all of Instagram, my TikTok, it's just John Cena turning heel.
Mhm.
And is this like our Hogan turning heel?
I guess so. That's what everyone, because I saw a lot of like people saying like the views on John Cena turning heel are in like the 100 millions.
It's high up there,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
It's fucking up there. In like 12 hours, over 100 million like views.
and it looked good too. He fucking kicked Cody in the dick like all rowdy.
Dude, I know, dude. Dude, and like he hit him with the watch. Dude, props to Cody Rhodes. Like he was taking those fucking punches like
Mhm.
crazy. And I don't know if you remember, John Cena hits him with the belt, but you just hear
Mhm.
like he hit
Yeah.
him twice, and you heard it like collide. Like you tell like Cody Rhodes just fucking taking it. And then what I couldn't stop laughing at, I think I sent you the video of like Travis Scott actually punching Cody Rhodes in the
Oh
face.
yeah, I got this right here. I think
So
this
it's
is the video
like, they're beating him down and everything, and then just fucking
right here.
go
Let me
ahead, go
play it.
ahead.
Guy, he
God,
like palm slaps him or something. He hit him hard.
he hit him fucking hard. It's like that's probably the stiff thing. So John Cena's holding Cody by the fucking ankles, and Travis Scott just fucking slaps Cody. But I think the purpose of him was to like hold Cody down, like to grab his arms and hold him down. But it's like, dude, it's Travis Scott. Like I think I could pull away from Travis Scott. Like just like, bro, let go of my
He's
wrist, please.
like a skeleton with flesh. It's just that's all he is.
So then fucking The Rock reveals the weight belt. It says Cody's soul or something like that. With what was that date that was on there?
So on Raw, he had talked about that date, and that's the day Dusty Rhodes passed away, the father. And
Oh
whenever
man.
he mentioned it in like not a fucked up way. I mean, it sounds fucked up, but it's like I wanted this to have a date on there, and it was the day your father died, Cody. Because it didn't only affect you, it affected me too, and affected everyone in the business. And I wanted it to be like a important belt with a date that had significance, and so that's why it had that date. So it didn't sound bad. Now it sounds fucked up, but it's like, oh, it's the belt he used him to whip him with, and it had the date of his father's death.
It's
But
just I'm pretty sure Dusty Rhodes would like 100% like allow them to do this. He's like, yeah,
oh
baby.
yeah,
Yeah, like, please do this. Like that'd be great.
no, but it sounds like fucked up. Not in like the real life sense, but like, how is this trying to make him sell his soul to him or whatever, But that's why that date was on there, because it was Dusty Rhodes passing away.
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, Rock has that weight belt, takes it off, and just starts whipping the fucking shit out of Cody, dude. Yeah. I mean, poor Cody, like 2 years in a row, that he just gets whipped by The Rock. I just want him to use that belt on The Rock like 5 times, because I think The Rock deserves it. But yeah, people, man, dude, this had a fucking big effect, like on, like almost everybody, and even ESPN. Like we're
tweet here, Brandy Rhodes, John Cena sucks. R-Truth, we can't jump to conclusions.
Oh my god, they need to sign R-Truth forever, man. Like he can never leave. Please, he can never leave.
There was a clip on Raw, because or no, it was SmackDown. I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes got like a private suite, and it was building up where The Rock was still like trying to tempt him with stuff to get him his soul, and they're like, oh, here's your private dressing room, Mr. Rhodes or whatever. And he has a private dressing room with like sushi and all these like fancy catering, right? And he's there in the room. They take him to the dressing room, and you don't see it, but R-Truth's behind him, and he's like, hey Cody, I love this shellfish or whatever, and he's there just eating it, and he's like, Truth, he's telling him, I don't know, he's telling R-Truth, I don't know, The Rock wants my soul for all this, and R-Truth's like, well, he is the soul man. And I was like, man, that's fucking genius, like, because Rocky Johnson was the soul man, his father.
That's
and
so good.
I was like, man, and it just like added. I don't know. R-Truth can be like in any segment, find something like clever to say that it's funny, but it's like it adds to it,
What an absolute treasure, man! You can never make me hate R-Truth, no matter what.
I hope R-Truth never turns heel.
I don't know, no, dude. He can't. He's not allowed to. Like, if he signs his soul to The Rock, Someone had posted that John Cena took all those souls for the Make-A-Wish kids to give to The Rock.
This is fucked up. I mean, it's crazy how like he just like looks evil now. Whenever he just brings up his eyes to where they look fucking dark and stuff.
Dude, legit, this is the first episode of The Boys. You've seen The Boys, right?
Yes.
Dude, it's like, spoiler alert, who haven't seen The Boys, the first episode, Homelander, like the main hero of the show, like, projected to be like, like could do no wrong and everything. And like at the very end, like just fucking blows up a plane with multiple people on it. And then he's just standing there. Yes.
Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
For audio listeners, it's just a clip from Mortal Kombat 1, and it's Homelander versus Peacemaker. Oh my god! But so I know afterwards they had the press conference. Did you see the press conference?
I did. They had what's her name? Bianca Belair talk about her win. She was still shocked about Naomi getting beat up by Jade Cargill, and she wanted to investigate that further. And then they had, I don't know who else they had besides. Did it go straight to John Cena, and then he did the mic drop?
I don't know, but I do know about that because everyone was retweeting it and everything.
Yeah, he legit. John Cena came out, sat down, picked up the mic, and then dropped it, and then took off. Like that was all he did for the press conference.
Man, dude. You know why he dropped it? Because he left to go film a movie in Africa.
He had to leave so quickly to go to Africa from Toronto, and it's a long way from Canada to anywhere is long.
What was it that Triple H said? 'Cause I know he usually opens them up. He goes,
That's
Now-
true. It was Triple H.
like, now does it feel like we're on the road to WrestleMania now?
I
And
don't
then
really
everyone's just like,
remember.
ha 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 ha. Yes, boss. Please, baby.
I just remember them. If I don't really recall Triple H's part of it, I just remember The Rock came out later and he answered like a lot of questions, but they were just, "Oh, Rock, how do you see this? Is this a comparison to Hulk Hogan and your match in WrestleMania, whatever?" Where
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. It wasn't really anything that added. They were doing a lot of peeling that curtain back, where it was breaking the fantasy, and I didn't really like that. You know, where they were trying to like ask questions that dealt with the storyline, where it was still in the story, but then saying, "Oh, about business and this and that," to where, "Oh, we tell stories, da da da." So it was a weird mixture of breaking the fourth wall, you know, that they do.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like The Rock should stop doing these fucking press conferences because it kind of ruins like the. I mean, I understand like kayfabe's kind of like dead,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's like like they still want like some believability behind it, but it's just like like no, like after this, me, Cody, The Rock, and Travis Scott, like we're gonna go have a few beers, and I don't know. I feel like he would say something like that, It's and then to the point, I heard a lot of people complaining about that press conference where that The Rock took fucking forever, like with his questions. Like he took a very long time,
Uh-huh.
and I think from what I understand, after the press conference is when they release Elimination Chamber. Like they release the PLE, so that way you can watch it on demand.
Mhm.
And so usually the press conferences are like 30 minutes or like 40 minutes. Like this was like an hour and a half or something. People
Yeah,
like, dude,
it took
hurry
a
up!
while.
Like I want to watch the PLE. Like I want to rewatch it.
The now like Big E and those other people that are on the little talk show after, they were like, it's already tomorrow. They were like saying that, WrestleMania is only 48 days away because it's already tomorrow. Because that you could tell it was like, because how long The Rock took at that press conference, because we were here to close it out, the show.
I think I remember catching the end of it where it's like, oh, I'll take one more question, so it better be good. And then someone asked like about his diet, and then he's like, okay, I'll take another question.
No, he asked what his Waffle House order is.
Oh my god!
And The Rock was like, 12. I remember he said 12 eggs, but 10 only whites and 2 whole eggs. So like, like he had this like rowdy order where I guess he eats like 12 eggs, and the whole dozen eggs, but just with whites. And he was saying the whole order to his Waffle House, but yeah, he was all, "I'm sorry, we don't need to end on that question. Let's get a question." And then he would be like, "Let's get a question from a man, and then a question from a woman, and then a question from the man would be a two-parter." He'd be like, "Well, I have my first question and my second question." It was just like, oh my god, like,
oh my
that's
god!
not. I wouldn't have the balls to if someone said I could ask The Rock a question. I actually have 2 questions, sir. And they're like, no.
It's like, I have a video essay I want to show you, and then they roll out the fucking CRT TV.
Well, and then I have 2 questions to ask you, and the first one's a two-parter, and it's not a simple yes or no. It's like a long fucking question.
Yes, I think I remember.
Like,
I walked in on that.
yeah, like they're long. It's like, dude, if you're gonna ask 2 questions, make one like a yes or no. Make it fast. Don't make them both long as fuck. Like, it reminds me of like being at school and everyone's trying to like, oh, we're gonna go to recess. Oh, I have something to ask before what homework is due. And it's like, oh my god, dude.
Like, man, dude, come on. Like, oh man. But I don't think I have anything else to say about this. It's like, so now just more what do you think's gonna happen? Like, how is The Rock gonna be included into WrestleMania? Do you think it's gonna culminate in a match with him, or do you think like he's gonna try to get involved, like to get the championship? What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. Like, I legit don't know how, because okay, so it's like we're not rooting for Cena anymore. We were rooting for him to get his championship because he would have what 17 or whatever.
I think he
Eh,
would break the record.
He would break the record, right? He would have however many. So now it's like, do we want the heel to win? And if we do, that's John Cena. And if he wins, he's only there for the rest of the year. So is he gonna drop it or give it back? And I don't know. Like I'm not sure like where this is going because I like the whole idea of The Rock and Cena teaming up to be this like Hollywood like fucked up group. I mean, minus Travis Scott. I don't really care about Travis Scott. I don't know why he was there. But I don't know like where it's gonna fucking go. It's interesting. What about you?
Dude, I honestly don't know. Like, it's just I'm just wondering if John Cena is really gonna break that record. Because it's like, oh, like John Cena deserves it, but it's like if he did something so heinous as in like turning on the biggest babyface in the company as of today, and it's just the thought of what is he gonna do now? Like fuck, like what you were saying. Am I gonna root for the bad guy now? Am I gonna
Yeah.
root for like, like people want to hate on Cody Rhodes. It's like whatever. It's like they just want to be cool, but like as the aspect of like heel versus face, right? It's Cody versus John Cena. But the thing is, John Cena has been a babyface, like, could do no wrong for 20 plus years, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And just for him to turn, like, before this heel turn, like, oh, he deserves it. Like, he should break Ric Flair's record, which would kill Richard, by the way.
Devastated.
Devastated, if you will.
Be devastated.
So, like, oh, like, beat Ric Flair's record. Like, you deserve it. Like, you've done so much for the company and all this other stuff. And then now to be turning into a heel, it's like, I don't know if I want you to win now. Like it's kind of like taking back what you said, or like taking a step back. Like now you have to like really take this into consideration. Like, what is the outcome going to be? Where it's like, fuck, if John Cena continues to do like more heinous shit, like fucked up stuff, which he should, by the way, to like really stick with the moniker. Like, would you really want him to win? Me personally, it's like I just love John Cena. Grew up with John Cena, that I do want him to win, but it's like fuck, like is he really gonna do it at WrestleMania? And I think this is gonna lead to more speculation to where it's like people are gonna be tuning in more. Obviously, 100+ million views on all social media platforms in 12 hours. That's fucking crazy. It's like, so you're almost know damn well that a lot of eyes are going to be on WrestleMania this year.
I believe in my head I thought that Cody was going to turn heel because like as far as a company, I feel like there's more money in having Cena a babyface because right now they're doing his farewell tour. They're printing up merch of him, like T-shirts everywhere he goes. This is the last time in Toronto. This is the last time here. This is the last time here. And how you jeopardize that by making him heel? You know what I mean? Or now you're trying to have people root for the bad guy. Do you think they're gonna like want to buy his merch? Well, they probably will, right? Buy his merch. But do you think there's a risk, right, of them not wanting to buy his merch if he's heel, if he's on his farewell tour? Like I felt like Cody Rhodes would have been the better or the more believable. I'm sorry, the more not the better because this is fucking great, but the more believable heel turn, and then have Cena just stay babyface. But I don't know. I just wonder like what they're gonna do for. Are they not gonna give him that last final belt or what? Like I could see him not doing that just for the hell of it because he's. Look at what he did. He turned heel he could have told them no, right?
Yeah, he could have. maybe legit. It's just, I mean, the term gets thrown around so much. Best for business.
It's
It's
best
like
for business.
that's what he said. Like,
Uh-huh.
before after the Royal Rumble in his press conference, like, I'm gonna win my 17th championship. But like, remember when we were talking about that? I was feeling like, dude, it sounds like a heel thing to be like, I'm gonna win my championship. I'm gonna win
Yeah,
number
I remember
17.
you.
I'm gonna main event WrestleMania. But it's just like, you know what? Like, I was even telling my wife that I was like, dude, John Cena sounds pissed. And then I played it for her. And she's like, well, I don't know if he sounds pissed. I think he's just more like motivated. I mean, we both weren't wrong. Like,
Yeah.
but now you can tell like he's doing what he has to do to win the record, and it's like that's just oh fuck! I almost kicked this whole table down. Oh my god!
Whoa.
So that just
Fucking ah, ah,
just in the mic. But now it's just like that. Just adds a whole nother storyline of John Cena doing whatever it takes to win that championship to beat the record. And like it's kind of like a breath of fresh air too, because like for the longest time it was just like the bloodline, the bloodline, the bloodline. Now we have like this fucking big story where it's just like, man, now it's something totally different for the bloodline. Like I don't have to focus on that now. And then like with Kevin Owens too, it's like it kind of stems from the bloodline, but now he's just focused on like Punisher style, like going against his mentors and shit like that. I never seen Punisher. I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's just like so many other storylines are happening that it's just like fuck. Now it's a good change of pace. Like different variety of like what's happening. You like WrestleMania now, so let's talk about that. What matches do we have for WrestleMania now?
I mean, we have at least the two women's matches. So we
Mm-hmm.
have, let's say, uh, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. We have Rhea or Io versus Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we have Jey Uso, right, versus Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I guess Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
And that's already 4 matches right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so from like speculation, they're probably gonna do what you call it? They'll probably do the triple threat between Reigns, Rollins, and Punk. I feel like from the looks of it, they're gonna do a match between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
They're probably
And
gonna do McIntyre and Priest.
yes, they're probably gonna do that.
Uh-huh.
They're probably gonna do something with Jade Cargill and maybe
Naomi.
Naomi. Yeah, against Naomi. And so that's already a bunch of matches that are already there on the table, which is good. You know, it's like I'm just hoping there's something for like the other championship belts, like the women's. Oh, you bastard! I got you. There was a bug in here. Like for the women's intercontinental and U.S. championship, for the men's intercontinental U.S. championship, like those matches, have something for the tag team titles, maybe like a ladder match or something. Like you got a lot of good tag teams that could definitely be on WrestleMania too. So it's like I feel like it's finally starting to like slowly build up because
Mm-hmm.
we still have what like all of March, right?
Yeah, I think like 48 days. I think that's what they said. So
Not
it's what, a month
48
and a half?
days. I think so because I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out when WrestleMania is. Let me look that up. Um, but not it's really working its way up. Like it's trying to build up finally. April
Yeah.
19th.
That's
April
coming
19th
up.
and April 20th. Man, that's kind of late. Because usually they have it at the beginning of April.
I feel like everything's been late though. Like the Royal Rumble was on the 1st. It's always in January. It was in what, February?
Yeah, now it's on
So
February 1st.
yeah.
But oh yeah, so a month and a half, you're right. That's now we just gotta wait and see, man. We got like a month and a half until something happens.
Well, that was Shimmer. What do you give it like out of stars or out of
Oh
10?
man. I give it 4.75 stars out of 5 because it wasn't the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, it wasn't it was near that's pretty much 5 stars.
Yeah, it's pretty much 5 stars.
4.75.
I give it I minus a quarter star because they booed the the national anthem.
Dude, I didn't get to see that part, but that again, I'd feel bad for that lady. She's like, what the hell? I'm just trying to sing what I was told to sing. And then, but then for them to cheer her rowdy when she sings the Canadian anthem is just like, oh hell yeah, this is
Dude, I
great.
bet you I kind of hope like Pat McAfee says something on his show and like just talks shit about Canada and gets in trouble for it. I feel like he would do something like that.
He seems like really like rowdy, well, because of his football and his southern whatever, like really American, where he'd like get like actual like blood pressure up from people hating on the national anthem. Like
I know,
oh
man.
man, I'm pissed. I'm fucking like I'm starting off this show fucking pissed. Like fuck this country.
This is a fuck this country. It's like, man, I'm glad we're putting troops at the border. Wait a minute, which one?
All borders. All
Yeah,
borders.
but what about you? Like, what would you rate it out of 10 or stars or?
I'd give it like 8. It was good. 8 stars out of 10. Like that Rock or fucking John Cena turning. It's really like this is a big impact on everything, and it's crazy that it happened like at Elimination Chamber, where I don't know, like I feel like it would happen somewhere else, but there was no better place to do it, and it really did fucking it's really impacting. Like you're affected by it. The whole world's affected by it. Love Make a Wishes are probably be affected by it. Merch is probably be affected by it. It really is a big impact on everything. John Cena turning heel.
I legit feel like what they should do, it's like John Cena has these shirts, right? Like, oh, final tour. But that since he's turned heel, he's not going to sell any more merch. Like, just to be a heel.
Uh-huh.
Dude, like, maybe that might hit him. Man, that might hit him. Fucking, they're $1 billion company. What am I talking about?
I know. I think about it too. Like, they're gonna lose. Oh, they're gonna lose $100,000 or whatever. Yeah, out of 100 billion that they make from being sponsors for like Firewalk, ramen noodle or something.
It's like they're sponsored by Novocaine, the movie coming out March March 21st. It's like they got billions, all right.
It was funny. I saw a thing of what's his name, Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes was there, like pondering about his soul. Like if he's gonna do it or not. I think Seth Rollins asked him, like, "Hey, are you gonna sell your soul to The Rock? You've already sold out, Cody." He said something like that along the lines of that, right? And then I see an ad for that Firewalk ramen noodle, and it says Seth freaking Rollins, and he's just sitting there. Yeah, like try these noodles, and it's like, bro, you're sold out too, Seth Rollins.
Oh man,
for noodles.
For noodles.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Dude.
not a Slim Jim. Like if it was a Slim Jim, I could see, like, yeah, okay, I'd sell my soul for Slim Jims, like a deal. But Firewalk,
Slim Jims is fucking good. I love Slim Jims.
Dude, the Slim Jim, do they make one with cheese too, or is that just
with like little clumps of cheese?
Yeah, like because you know how there's some. I remember I'd buy them at the store. The meat one, and then the one with meat and cheese.
Yeah,
always like the one with meat and cheese.
Let me see.
But yeah,
they have original in cheese. Oh man, it's taking me to fucking Amazon. God damn it. Well, looks like I gotta spontaneously buy this now.
Oh great! It's like coming to your door from Canada.
They're like, shit. Now I gotta burn it. Slim Jim beef and cheese smoked meat stick, original flavor, 5 grams of protein per serving, snack size, a 10 count, but it's $11. But to answer your question, yes, it's
yeah, hell
cheese.
yeah, I love the ones with cheese.
Yeah, they have the other ones with let me see. Oh wait, no, that's Jack Link's beef jerky. Jack Link's is the one with the separate cheese and then the stick.
That's probably what I was thinking of.
But yeah, that was Elimination Chamber.
That was Elimination Chamber, and continue on with I guess news. That was a big event there.
That was
It was great. It was great. I mean, and the only like notes I had from because like I said, NXT was pretty rowdy. I'll just go over this real quick. Well, first of all, on Raw, I don't know if you saw Liv Morgan with the tag team championship, right? Because they won the belts.
That was actually a good match.
Yeah, that was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that one, and I was surprised that they won the belts. Raquel and Liv Morgan, but it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good match.
I was surprised everyone was, from the looks of it, no one was complaining about Liv Morgan. Like, because I was like, oh man, she won it again. Like, that was my thought. Oh man, she won it again. Whoop-de-doo. But the more when I watched the match, I was like, oh shit, like this was actually a really good match. This was great.
The crowd was like real pumped for it too. The whole
Mhm.
match. Yeah, it was good.
Yes, but I'm sorry, but go ahead and continue on with your notes.
No, that was it from Raw, and then really nothing. Or the NXT, there was a lot on NXT. So let me go here. Julia and Stephanie Varquer are going to have a champion versus champion match at the next show.
Man, I can't believe they're doing that already. That's crazy.
So someone's gonna lose a belt, and someone's gonna have two belts, or I don't know if they're gonna unify it. It made it sound like they're gonna unify the belts. But I don't know.
Shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they should either, because
Yeah.
they both deserve the belts, unless they have a lot of haters. So I could see someone coming in and disqualifying, running in, and it be like one of those finishes where someone wins by disqualification, but nobody gets a different belt. The belts don't exchange.
Yeah.
Moose had a match and retained the TNA title in that match, and Obafemi came out and stared him down.
Oh, dude, yeah, they're gonna have a match too at Roadblock?
I don't recall, but
okay, yeah, they're gonna fight each other. I think, I don't know. It's like whoever wins gets the other belt. Is that correct?
I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I think so. Well, it's gonna be for the TNA belt, I believe.
Ooh, that'd be crazy. Let me see. But go ahead and read your notes. I'll double check on that.
The Hardys and the No Quarter Catch Crew, is that what it is? NQCC?
Yeah.
They had a match and it was great. The Hardys kept their titles, and Fraxium came out and they challenged them to a match, and it's gonna be at the next. I don't know if it was at the next event, but it's being made official that Fraxium is gonna face the Hardys.
Oh my god! Hold on. Let me zoom in and see. Yeah, I got the diarrhea.
I gotta take a shit.
To answer your question, so it's not even a PLE. It's just like the next NXT, March 11th.
Okay.
They're having it in Madison Square Garden, or the theater at Madison Square Garden. And for Obafemi versus Moose, it's a singles match for the NXT Championship.
Oh, it's the NXT belt. Okay.
And then the Hardys versus Fraxium, it's a tag team match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
Okay, cool.
The Julia versus Stephanie Varquer, winner takes all match for the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's North American Championship.
See, that makes it sound like they're going to unify them, right? If somebody does win.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it sounds like it. I hope not. I really hope not.
And then finally, Ricky Saints debuted in his tag match. He did great, and he won for his team.
Hi, dude, he looked badass. He looked great. I saw the highlights.
Yeah, no, he did badass, and yeah, I actually like. I don't know, like I enjoy tuning into NXT now. It to me, it's like one of the better shows to fucking.
It's good, man.
Yeah,
NXT,
it is really good.
It's so good. I love NXT so much. It's like they're on a rise, a fall, and then they're back up on a rise. Where, you know why they're on a rise? Because they got Obafemi. That's why.
He's good. He reminds me of Knuckles, the way he sounds. Do you know the way?
Fuck it.
Do you know the way?
Whoa. But dude, I just love his song. Like everyone's like, "Who?" Dude, it gets me so fucking pumped. I should put that on a playlist, like if I decide to go work out.
We're not working out. What are you talking about?
I know, man. I'm just lifting food to my mouth.
But yeah, no, that was all the notes there. I got some current news here. Let me see.
Okay,
Where am I?
let's do it.
What I do have here, not here is Sports Illustrated. When was this? February 27th. So it was a couple days ago. Sports Illustrated ranks the top 10 WWE women's wrestlers in history. Sports Illustrated ranking the top 10 WWE women's wrestlers in history. So we'll start with 10. We'll start with 10 and we'll go down. Number 10, Alundra Blaze.
Okay.
Number 9, Bianca Belair. Number 8, Asuka. Number 7, Chyna. Number 6, Bayley. Number 5, Sasha Banks. Number 4, Lita. Number 3, Trish Stratus. Number 2, Charlotte Flair. And number 1, Becky Lynch.
Hmm.
Hole? I don't agree with Charlotte Flair not being number 1. Just I don't know if it's being biased but I just feel like Charlotte Flair should be number 1. Becky Lynch could be number 2.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Charlotte has more accolades than Becky Lynch. I mean, to be fair, Becky Lynch has put on like really good matches.
Yeah.
But man, to be ranked number 1, that's to each their own, you know. I agree with most of the women on this list. I think Alundra Blaze, I would probably put a little bit higher. Because
I mean they had to like include her because it's just top 10. So I don't think they have like more than this, and I feel like they had to include her just because she did impact, you know, women's wrestling in the WWE. Because I have to remember this is just WWE. But yeah, I feel like she has to be on there because she did make an impact. But there's a lot of like other women here that made impacts in different ways, especially someone like Lita and Trish Stratus, who they did wrestle, but they were impactful in very many other ways besides wrestling. You know, Chyna was a good wrestler though, for sure.
I think Chyna was okay.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
as far as women, you know, back then,
she's more influential. I think that's why I would rank her more, but one of the most influential women, especially with like, I mean, she wasn't really great at wrestling. I don't want to knock on her at all, but I feel like just to be like as strong as she is, to be separated from the group of women that were there in the Attitude Era, especially in the Attitude Era, and to be fighting like the men, like with Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Hardy, and Chris Jericho,
Eddie Guerrero,
yeah, like she's able to keep up with the men. Like that's fucking influential. And to even think like even today, like they don't do like intergender matches like in WWE really.
No, they're gimmicks. If they do, it's like a gimmick match if they do.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with Chyna on this list. Sasha Banks, me. It's like I think there's like a footnote with Sasha Banks because I think of Mercedes Moné. Like I love Sasha Banks. For some reason, Mercedes Moné just annoys me.
That's weird, right? That we can think that like they're the same person, but they're not the same person.
Yeah, it's like John Cena good and John Cena bad.
It's like Adam Cole NXT and Adam Cole
AEW. I know, man, dude. I still love Adam Cole, man. I hope he's okay with this tapeworm.
I'm sure he's made friends with it at this point.
So, I mean, I agree with this list as far as like the women who are on this list. As far as like the order, I think I would probably move some stuff around. I think I'll move Bianca Belair to number 10. And then, man, I don't know. They're all pretty influential in their own way.
I like that Bayley's always in the middle of a list. Like
I know.
She's never the top, but she's never the bottom. She's always like right in the middle.
I know. She's dependable. You know.
Yeah.
Mm.
She's like on Mario Kart. She's like your average car or something. She's
Yeah.
like Mario. She's like average stats.
I don't know, man. Mario's everywhere. No, Mario, but he's
Well,
everywhere.
well Bailey's everywhere too, but he's just average. You know, like he does the work. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah,
Oh man.
that was this list. I don't know. Sports Illustrated putting out these lists. I don't know. I hadn't seen one in a while. I guess they need to put one out. Fill up a page
They had to
in
fill up
their
their
magazine,
quota to meet their
their
quota.
quota for lists. Next here on the news. Let's see here. PW Insider Max will officially be adding AEW pay-per-views from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024 to their streaming service starting March 1st next month. Once these 30 PPV events are added to the service, Max would have every PPV in AEW history available for subscribers.
That's good, man. It's like 'cause I've been wanting to go back to watch some of these pay-per-views because there's some pay-per-views that are like really, really good, you know, and there's matches that are really fucking good. Like I just want to go back and rewatch the match.
For sure. Yeah, you don't have to go on some shady 123movies.org site and fucking try to find it. Cage match or whatever.
A-E-W streams dot cracks.
That and you would need more time to watch it because these pay-per-views they were like 8 hours long, weren't they? Like every
They
time
were
we
fucking long.
I'd go and like watch it at your place or you'd watch it or whatever, it'd be like, what the fuck? This is so long.
I know, and then I always remember it. There'll be a couple times we go over to your house and they're like, "Oh yeah, we still got 2 more matches like to left." I'm like, Lorenzo, it's 10:30. Like,
yeah, it's late. Like, oh my god, and then they're like the main event, so they're long matches. It's like, what the fuck,
dude? I know that every fucking match has to have like a false finisher. It's like fuck, like it's good, but it's like we need to wrap this up. I wonder if Tony Khan really has all that money to like be renting out the place for that long.
dude. There's got to be some noise ordinance, like, hey, you can't be putting out events this late. Like they aren't made. We didn't know you. Well, it's the runoff time. You gotta, and it's like, dude, come on, These aren't real matches. Like, how do you not organize them better for time?
But no, these are going to be like this is good.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go check in a little bit, like once we're done recording, to see if these are actually on there. But man, there's like matches I've been wanting to go back to see. Like it's good that they're finally like on demand. And it's like I know we talk shit about AEW all the time, but they do have highlights. They absolutely do.
Yeah, for sure. Any Bryan Danielson match.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson. Dude, if you get the chance, go back and watch Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks in their strap match. That match was fantastic.
Dude, I'm saying the same thing. Like, there's gold in there, where you just got to dig for it, but it's got some like good match. I just wonder if because their recent pay-per-view is about to be next week or the following week. I can't recall.
Is it Revolution?
I can't remember what pay-per-view is going to come soon, but they're building up to it. But I wonder if that's going to be on Max and if it's going to be free,
I would hope so. Man, it is AEW Revolution. Sunday, March 9th.
So it is next week. All right.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. On a Sunday, too. They usually do them on Saturdays, no?
On a Sunday? Wow. Yeah, it's always like, no. Yeah, on a Sunday. Wow.
Man, let me
save
see.
that for the following week.
Oh, dude. Big Boom AJ and the Conglomeration, which Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe versus Johnny TV and Eminem Collection, Mansoor and Mason Madden in the pre-show. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher steel cage match.
Okay.
MJF versus Adam Page. That sounds badass.
They've been building up to that.
Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. singles match to determine the number one contender for the AEW World Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe for the AEW TBS Championship. Spoilers: Mercedes probably gonna win. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners.
That's cool.
That's gonna be good. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May.
They're
Quote
still
unquote
doing that.
Hollywood ending for the AEW Women's World Championship. Konosuke Takeshita versus Kenny Omega. Dude, that's gonna be fucking good.
That's for like the whatever belt Takeshita has, I think.
The International Championship.
Uh-huh.
And John Moxley versus Cope. I hate saying that. I hate saying Cope.
Cope.
Let me see. I'm trying to see what it means for Hollywood ending. Oh, it just takes me to False Count Anywhere.
I
That's
guess that's
interesting.
how a Hollywood ending is. I just hope it's on on Max to where we can watch it. You know, if we we're probably gonna go over it. So hopefully,
Mhm.
you know, we could spend all week watching that if it's like 9 hours long.
Right? Oh, dude, man, I really hope they show it on there. I hope they show it on there, man. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not about to pay $50 to
Mhm.
get it though. If it was like an add-on, like we said, like if it was like $10, I'd be like, all right, I'll fucking get it.
$10 is definitely manageable.
Yeah. You know what I went back to watch the other day was the Money in the Bank during COVID.
Oh, when Barry Corbin throws Rey Mysterio off the building.
Yeah, I went back and watched that pay-per-view
Mm-hmm.
and it was interesting like to see the matches like you know, they had like a 4-way tag team with the New Day. It's just weird to go back and see like Big E's wrestling and then
Mm-hmm.
you know everyone not having the crowd to react to and I don't know, it was just crazy that
So
like
weird.
wrestling was still going on like when you realize how much the crowd affects it, you know what I mean? Like it's just crazy.
Did you watch the whole pay-per-view?
I think I watched up to maybe halfway through the Money in the Bank, and then I fell asleep because I was like watching it at the end of the night, and I was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, I want something to watch, but I saw all the matches,
Mhm.
and then I saw Seth Rollins had a different song.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh man, dude, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird. Who the fuck is this coming out? And it was Seth Rollins, and
He
had a
was
weird-ass
fighting.
song.
Man, I'm trying to remember. Was it Drew McIntyre? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then they had Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Man, I'm surprised I remember that shit. And then I remember it was that 4-way tag match against what's the name of that other team? Like the
They
Forgotten.
had a weird,
Forgotten
the
Brothers.
Forgotten Ones. That's funny.
The Forgotten Ones.
The Forgotten Ones, and then they're forgotten, like they're not around anymore.
Yeah, they're not around anymore. And then they had the Money in the Bank ladder match when both women and men win at the same time in WWE headquarters.
Mhm.
Dude, that's just so weird. Like, what an
It was
interesting concept.
It was interesting to like, you know what? I feel like watching this, and it's just like, man, this is like some weird fever dream type shit. You know, like it's something that we look back on, and you're like, oh, they did that. I forgot they did that. I thought that was a fucking dream that I had. You know.
They did that for a whole fucking year up until the next year's WrestleMania.
And
It's crazy.
I think of how they did the Thunderdome, and they had like the screens of fans. You remember when people had like Crispin Wall pictures and stuff?
Yes, so dope.
But that was pretty innovative. You know what I mean? Like
that was super innovative. I was watching WWE had a live stream of all like the Elimination Chamber matches, like to build up to yesterday. And they were showing the Elimination Chamber match when it was in the Thunderdome. Dude, it's so weird because they have like the fake crowd noise in there and everything. It's just so odd, so unsettling.
What unsettles me too is like those. I remember seeing. I don't know if it was the first Elimination Chamber or one of the first ones, but there was no padding outside of the ring.
Oh,
So when they
yeah.
would like land outside of the ring on their like asses,
Mhm.
you would like it would be like when Drew McIntyre landed on those stairs on his like butt, you know, like
Yeah.
it looked bad. Now there's like foam padding like it's a kid's
Mhm.
playground or something. But yeah, that
Dude,
before
you
then it
know,
was like real bad.
they just added the padding recently, like within the past like 6 years.
Yeah, barely, right?
Yeah, like 2019, 2018, they added the padding. They changed the design of the Elimination Chamber, which is better, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I mean the other one's like so nostalgic, like it looks badass, but it's scary, you know? Like I
Mhm.
remember seeing for the very first Elimination Chamber match, they have a video of all the wrestlers sitting around it, like fuck, like we gotta be in that. And Rob Van Dam was in it, right?
Mhm.
Fucking he tries to do a frog splash from on top of the pod, but the thing is the roof like caves over it, and then he's just like hunched to do his frog splash.
Mhm.
But the thing is Triple H is too close, so he overshoots it and his fucking shin just chops him in the neck and
Oh my
swells up
god.
his trachea. And the whole match, he has to wrestle with the swollen trachea.
Oh, man.
Dude, yes. He was, Triple H would say that he'll take a hit and he'll take a bump. And every time he took a bump, he'll just go, like gasping for air. I'm like, fuck. And he wrestled for like another 30 minutes.
That's crazy. That's
It's
fucking crazy the shit they
absolutely
had to
wild.
go through. Speaking of AEW though, I got here Matt Hardy. Let's see. Matt Hardy on one of the issues with AEW. Let's see. See what he has to say.
Harley doesn't match her in the ring. Harley doesn't.
Who
can't take it
cares?
seriously.
Harley doesn't match her in the ring. That's irrelevant. That's one of the issues with AEW. That Tony pushes, like we're the best wrestler and like best wrestling is. It doesn't make a difference. These people are characters, and like if you want to build this character into something else, it doesn't make a difference if she doesn't match up. That's like you're like it drives me nuts, man. Once again, this is an entertainment property. At the end of the day, it's nice. There's a lot of people that can do great things wrestling wise. They're very athletic. But like because she doesn't match up, if you're an over character and people are interested and it's going to help sell tickets and it's going to help move merch and it's someone that is popular, utilize them and make the most out of them.
So I think he's talking about Harley Cameron versus Mercedes Moné because that's what was going on and that's what ended up in the pay-per-view whenever they went to Australia because Harley Cameron was from, I guess, there. So it made like the babyface home person versus Mercedes Moné. So I think that's what they're talking about here. I don't even hear where it drives me nuts. Did he say that? I guess he did.
He did say that, yeah.
Okay, but I guess that's what he's alluding to here. Is that's one of the issues with AEW is they don't want to book matches that people are over for because they don't make sense, I guess.
Or maybe it's just utilizing characters like when they're hot. That I mean, like Harley Cameron, I've been seeing clips of her, and dude, she's hilarious. Like she is so entertaining. Yeah,
she's funny. She was funny.
Yeah, she's fucking funny. And like the stuff she's doing, it's like, man, dude, like they should totally capitalize on this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I really do love Toni Storm. Like her character work was really good, but it just kind of sucks that they got rid of the character and then they went back to it. That it's like I feel like that's already over and done with, and then they're still doing these how do you say like the matches with Mariah May, like that feud is still going on. Like it should have ended a while ago,
Yeah, they're beating a dead horse. Like they don't know when to strike when the iron's hot, and then when they finally do, it's like cold. It's like way past its expiration date.
Yeah, it's like Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Sorry, I had a bubble in my throat. Oh my god.
No, I'm not saying about that. I was saying, oh my god, Rhea and Liv Morgan, like that shit. Like they need to stop that. I hope Io Sky wins. Do you think she'd have a chance of winning against Rhea Ripley to where we see a Io versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania?
She's beaten Rhea Ripley before, like in NXT when they were still wrestling in NXT. But I mean, I just love Io Sky, man. Like she's such a good fucking wrestler, and it's nothing against Rhea Ripley either. but it's like we've seen so much of her already,
Yeah. Well,
and
and
it's
they
go ahead.
they could have where let's say she loses the belt and then it's because of Liv Morgan, and they can do another if they really need to, another Liv Morgan Rhea match without a belt, because
Mhm.
Rhea doesn't need the belt to have a match.
Yeah, she doesn't need the belt to be relevant. It's like she's such like an iconic character. Like
Hmm.
her, I mean, everyone's fucking sipping over her, gooning over her. Like she's gonna be relevant for like the time to come.
Hmm. Hmm. No, they
Yeah,
could
but
definitely do a match like that where Io wins because of Liv Morgan, and then you have another match with Liv and Rhea.
hmm yeah, but it's like to capitalize on the character you know to take advantage of it. That's what AEW is not doing, and it's like we talked about it a bunch of times, like with
Yeah.
Penta,
Oh yeah.
like
Oh
do it
my
with merch.
god.
You could have been making a lot of money off of Mask.
They dropped the ball on that Rowdy. They keep
hmm
dropping the ball. Jesus Christ.
They really sure are, man. They really are.
Let's see here. Here's some WWE. The Rock has commented on his appearance on last night's SmackDown. Have we talked about this? It never has to culminate to a match. I'm dropping the announcement of WrestleMania, then bring Cody Rhodes out and offer him the big ideology of you're our champion and you're amazing, but I want so much more for you. And at the end, the final boss says, I want your soul. I think what that does in this wild, crazy world of pro wrestling is that to me, it just becomes something that's unpredictable. In the world of pro wrestling, everything will culminate to a match. Whatever happens, it will end up in the ring. The final boss in Cody Rhodes is not about the WWE title. It isn't about a match. It's about punching or kicking or bleeding. It's not about punching or kicking or bleeding or any of that. This is so part of our world. It never has to culminate to a match. That's a really special place to be, I think, creatively, and when you think character wise and how much fun you could have. So that was him, I guess, at the press conference. I
hmm
don't know if we talked about this. I mean, we're already talking about the babyface and heel turns like John Cena and all that. So I don't know what you think about this.
It's kind of like what we said already, where we wholeheartedly agree that The Rock should stop doing these press conferences.
Yeah, it's too long-winded of an answer.
It really is. Like I'm like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? It's like I just asked your Waffle House order, sir.
What is your order, sir? I asked for your order, sir.
May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat, sir?
Next year, CM Punk says main eventing WrestleMania is not that big of a deal to him. Was always the goal, but not anymore. It's really not that big a deal. Main eventing WrestleMania has always been a goal of mine, but goals change. Doesn't mean I don't want to wrestle in the main event of WrestleMania, but you know what? I'm at the stage in my career and now where I'm like, okay, so this person's going to main event. All right, well, you're not going to be able to follow this, so I don't know what to tell you. I'll go first and I'll shower, eat some donuts, and watch whatever you call a main event. And I'll just go, well, yeah, all right.
Man, I really do want to see CM Punk in the main event. Like I feel like he very much well deserves it. But it's weird that we're gonna see. I don't know. I don't want to say we're not, because I was like, we're not gonna see like Roman Reigns in a main event match, a
Mm-hmm.
main event Mania match, like for the first time since like 31, I think. But I mean, never say never. Like he probably still go to main event night one.
I don't know, because the Jey Uso Gunther match, I feel like that has to main event night one. I don't know why. I just feel like because his name's main event Jey Uso,
hmm
it can't not main event night one, and then it's for a belt, and then it's for the promise. What the Royal Rumble is it a promise that you main event WrestleMania, or is it
They
just say
say,
you
but it's they say main event, but there's been multiple times where the Royal Rumble winner has opened up Mania.
see? So like I don't know. It's really contradicting. Like I'm just like, man, is he gonna actually main event it? Are they gonna call them co-main events? Are they gonna knock the women's matches down because they're supposed to be main events? Like
hmm
there's too many. There's too much of the word main event going around.
It really is, man. everything's just thrown up in the air. Like we have a pretty firm idea of like what's gonna happen as far as like match wise, but what's gonna go on first, second, third, last, like it's just a little confusing at the moment.
Yeah, no, we don't know that, and it's I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's cool to have that many matches and then at least the 2 nights. You know,
Mhm.
it makes more sense. But yeah, the term main event keeps like being thrown around, and it's just like, well, and then who's to say like it isn't gonna be one of the ones we think it because like you said with Roman Reigns, you know, like
Mhm.
what if he's like I want to be on the main event or John or CM Punk wants to, you know, and they do the triple threat.
Mhm. Yeah, but we don't know. Like, I mean, everyone's confused at this point, man. So it's like
Hmm.
just kind of kick back.
Yeah, just enjoy the ride, right? Just
Hmm.
fucking. I tell you, what we do have here next is a bunch of tweets from Asuka, where I guess people were talking about the main events matches, and here's Asuka tweeting out. Here's Asuka. Do you really let worthless garbage reviews dictate your choices? Be it games or cars, reviews mean nothing. There's nothing more pathetic than surrendering your own judgment to someone else's opinion. Take full control of your own thoughts. That's one tweet here, and then there's a couple of tweets. Here's Asuka. If you can't take the initiative and own your own thoughts, that's just pathetic. Stop letting other people's worthless opinions influence you. Even those so-called experts are just nerds like you, no different at all. And
God.
here's another tweet. If I wrestled just to please the reviews, every match would end up feeling like industrial waste. I don't think people really want mass-produced uniform matches. I want to enjoy a terrible match for the mess that it is. And when a match is truly great, I want to experience it as the masterpiece it deserves to be. Either way, love is what matters. And finally, it's easy to pander and suck up just to avoid being hated. All of you have to do is put on a fake smile, act like a peace loving saint, and keep everyone happy, no matter how you feel really feel inside. But that's completely different from being truly liked in the real sense. In the end, it's all just an illusion. Isn't this exactly cubism? The fragmented, multifaceted reality that Pablo Picasso sought to express, now laid bare. That was the last tweet that she did of this,
Um.
calling out people judging her matches, I guess.
So there's a man. There was a lot more to this. So what I sent
Was
you
there?
is, yeah. I have it here on my phone. So if you want me to read it to you,
Yeah, sure.
so the reason why it started off like this, for those who don't know, um, Asuka had requoted or quoted a tweet, and the tweet was Mickey, truly one of the best of all time, and should be talked about more. And it was Asuka versus Mickey James at NXT Takeover Toronto in like 2019, I want to say, or like
Mhm.
2018, one of those years. And it's just them having a good match, and then Asuka quoted that tweet and said this was a really great match. And then this fucking dumbass, which is the one you have on screen right here, but nope, it was a boilerplate hardcam WWE slop. Real great women's wrestling is in Japan. Maybe if you worked this match in Stardom, it could have been something special.
Oh
And he takes
Lord.
a screenshot, and it's Asuka versus Mickey James from Cage Match, and it says WON rating 3.5 stars, like from Meltzer. The match type, event type, and it's rated 6.93 on the current total rating scale for cage match, I guess. And it has like a diagram there, like a bunch of numbers, bunch of fucking
Mhm.
numbers, like a fucking
Mhm.
nerd, fucking stupid idiot. So that's when Asuka replied to this tweet, and it started going off on this whole tangent of people. I mean, her saying like talk about reviewers and like how like pretty much form your own opinion. And so another fan replied to her saying, "But Asuka, you worked as a reviewer for Xbox Magazine in Japan. Your opinion didn't count. I'm confused. I've never written a single game review. I only write guides and introduction articles. Show me where my so-called review is right now." And then she posts this emoji like this. Um, so a lot of people started talking about her like criticism. Um, and like she just starts talking about like music, Like, no matter what the world thinks, my favorite Led Zeppelin album is Through the Outdoor. Whitesnake was at its best with the Blue Heavy, Love Hunter, and I really love Dio era Black Sabbath too. And then he has some fucking dude reply to her, I don't think there was any original chords in any Whitesnake song. Oh no, how tragic. Imagine enjoying music without worrying about whether the chords are original. Must be a miserable way to listen. So I guess every composer after Beethoven was just copying chords, huh? It's not like a song's quality is decided by how original the chords are. Sorry for tweeting so much early, but I hope you had a fun day. Anyway, good morning, even if it's a bit late for that. Maybe I should start reviewing the reviewers, though I have a feeling their content is so shallow my ratings might cause a meltdown. Let me see. I'm trying to see what else she said. So I know, like, as the days went on, like someone posted another tweet replying to Asuka again, saying, crazy how many wrestlers don't give a shit about cage match. They will write full paragraphs, talk shit to fans, say it don't matter how good they are on the ring, question mark in parentheses, and he would say fans' opinions don't matter, but they definitely don't care about cage match. Nope, nothing settled. And then she replies to that tweet, I just learned about the existence of a review site called K-Match from this tweet. I never actively search for a wrestling information online, aside from occasionally seeing it pop up on my Twitter timeline. To be honest, I'm not interested in anything that I don't experience in real life. I never thought about changing my wrestling style based on fans' opinions. The only thing that matters to me is whether my creativity works or not. That's why I never bother checking how my matches are rated by the public. That sounds like a massive hassle. I never thought about doing that before. What I do think about after a match, though, is what delicious food I'm going to be eating tomorrow. And then she's just pretty much just talking about like the reviews and stuff like that. And then 3 days ago, I've never heard the IWC before. Usually when people say IWC, they mean International Watch Company, right? Their watches are really cool.
Oh, Oscar.
Man, but God forbid, wrestlers have opinions about people who have opinions on them.
Apparently they can't.
I guess not. Man, social media, man, that's what it is, dude.
It's a blessing and a curse. It really
is, man. Fans are so stupid. Like this fucking stupid idiot right here.
Dude, I wouldn't talk shit to a fucking person I liked, or I don't know, like they didn't do anything, like if you liked the match, like watch the match. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. It doesn't make it, oh no, look at this rating here. It only got a 7 out of 10. It wasn't a good match, and it's like, what? Did you like it? That's all that matters,
Yeah, it's like if you didn't like the match, why are you gonna go back and watch it? And not only that, Asuka's saying she likes that match, so you're gonna try to dictate Asuka's opinion from what match she should like or not.
It's like you shouldn't like your own match.
Fuck out of here. Man, dude, I hate people.
Speaking of rating something, no, I don't know.
Oh shit.
Here's a Rhea Ripley for Fortnite. Mommy's here to drop into Fortnite OG Season 2. Go full tilt now. Let's see what she's got to say.
Mommy's here to introduce Fortnite OG Season 2. Want to experience the beginning of Fortnite Battle Royale? Again? OG brings back all the hits like Chug Jugs, Double Pump, Tilted Towers. Heck yeah. Where are you dropping? Oh my god, we're back again.
Ooh, that's loud.
I know, I'm trying to lower it.
Oh, okay, I'll talk over there so that way we don't get copyright.
Yeah. Pause it. So yeah, I guess she's in Fortnite Season 2. What do you... OG Season 2.
Man, I buy that skin. That's it.
I bet you it's gonna be, yeah. I bet you the modders are gonna go crazy with it.
Oh yeah, those fucking freaks. It was crazy. Like when they showed The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott standing next to each other, someone said, "Man, it's crazy that you can play with all three of these people in Fortnite."
Have you played Fortnite?
I do. I hate myself.
Okay. I've tried it once in my life. Like I think when I first got this gaming PC, I was like, "Oh, let me download Fortnite," because it was the only place you could play Fortnite was on a PC.
Hmm.
And I didn't get it. I was like, "What do I do?" I don't know.
Dude,
I never really was into battle royales. You know?
I play with my friends because at the time that was the only like multiplayer game like we could all play together.
Yeah.
But it's like every other like multiplayer game like online that it's a bunch of tryhards. But with this game, I refuse to spend a single dollar on. All the skins I have, they've been either I unlocked them or they've been gifted to me from friends.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I refuse to spend money on this game, man. It's like they're not gonna get a single dollar from me.
Good. Yeah, because
Good.
it's not gonna. Good. Good. Now, speaking of money and dollars,
Oh shit.
TNA, learn how you can help support Jake something by donating to his GoFundMe. TNA Wrestling. I guess this guy, Jake something this guy Jake something, had gotten hurt like before a match, like when he started.
Let me see. Let me go look at his GoFundMe.
I could do it here.
Oh, cool.
Hello, I'm known professionally as Jake something. On January 26th, I was in Houston, Texas for Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I tore my bicep before the show even started, which required surgery to repair. And being uninsured, the bills are crippling. To add to this, one of the dogs named Leah had to get surgery on the same day as me. Surgery was a success for both of us. We're on the road to recovery now. As reluctant as I am to even create this, I know it's the best chance I have at clearing these fees. I also know the times are tough for everyone, so no worries if you're unable to help. If you're able to help, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Jake. And yeah, I don't know, knee surgery can be expensive. I don't know why he doesn't have insurance, like at least the they're early.
Almost early.
I don't know why he didn't have some sort of like, personal insurance. That's kind of ill-advised of him, but
Was it knee surgery or was it for his bicep?
he tore his bicep. I don't know why am I
Oh,
saying
okay.
knee. I keep seeing the knee.
Because he has the tape.
Yeah.
Man. But so the reason why I sent this to you is because a lot of people online are upset because TNA shared this and they're like, well, shouldn't you be paying your wrestlers like more efficiently? Like for them to be first
Having
off
to rely.
uninsured.
Mhm.
Yeah, first off uninsured and second, like for them to be relying on GoFundMe's to help pay for their medical bills. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I see the argument there, but it's still like that's an expensive surgery, like and then he's a wrestler too, so he should have money. Like it's up to him to have us both, right? You and me have been through it where we're struggling and then something happens and it sets us back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we could easily like try to ask for help. We don't have that social media like presence to ask for help or whatever. But it's like we still got to get through it, like. But if we managed our money, we don't ever blame like the world. We're like, oh man, we should have managed our money better. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
it's on him more that he should have managed his money better, because at any time a wrestler can get injured, and I'm not knocking that he's asking his fans, because all you gotta do is just not give to it. Like, you could say the same thing too. Like, well, you're a wrestler. Why don't you have insurance, or why don't you have your money saved up to pay for your own fucking operation? And it's just like, well, just don't give to it then. Like, if you really
Mm-hmm.
him. So, but I could see like the reason, but that's why they're independent contractors. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not a good thing, but it's always been just the way things are. Because they could get hurt at any time.
hmm The situation sucks, but not like just hearing you. It's like okay, like I see both sides to it now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, hopefully for a speedy recovery for Jake something. I saw him live wrestle at TNA at Victory Road. He's pretty good, super good. He has back muscles on back muscles, so it's like I think he's gonna heal up just fine.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't have like the. I would just get like the cheapest insurance that I could, but maybe they won't insure him because he's a wrestler. Like I could, or them maybe they want to charge him more because he is a wrestler, and it's just like, oh shit, we're not gonna insure a wrestler because there's more likelihood he's gonna get hurt. I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah, GoFundMe. I'm not really into it. I just think about SGW and like, no.
Where's the ring?
Where's that fucking ring? Where's the ring? Vicky!
Where's the fucking ring?
But one more thing. Here is Lex Luger on the passing of Miss Elizabeth. Let's take a listen of him.
Tragic passing of Elizabeth, but obviously people go, well, he killed Elizabeth. Well, I didn't kill her, but was I a contributing factor to the lifestyle I was living and her being around me all the time? And she overdosed? Absolutely.
You take responsibility?
Absolutely.
For what happened to her?
Sure. There's always collateral damage to lifestyles like that, and she was part of it. So absolutely.
Is it that you were partying
Sadly.
at the level that you were partying at, and she's so much smaller than you?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Was that the rock bottom moment for you?
You'd think it was, but that led me to more depression where I felt completely unlovable. I was never going to be able to be a part of wrestling again after that happened. Instead of hate to admit it, who I was back then, instead of being so grieving over loss of Liz, I was grieving over what this was going to do to me in my career, almost more so. I hate to admit back then that while I'm done in wrestling and my fitness nutrition quest after wrestling, I was going to be a big fitness nutrition guy. I had my own nutrition company and exercise. Well, no one's going to want that from me now. So I went into massive depression, darkness, did more drugs, more alcohol. It wasn't until at that point where I dug such a deep, dark hole. I always thought I could somehow work or be smart enough to get out of it. And I knew I was at the bottom of a pond, man, with no light, and there was no way to the top. And I was drowning in darkness. And that's when I turned to God.
Have you been able to?
I knew there's no way I could get out of this. So go, God, if you're really real, you're gonna have to get me out of this because I'm done.
So do you blame Lex Luger? Because I blame Lex Luger on Miss.
I do blame Lex Luger a little bit, yeah.
I do. To think he just like turned to God and is like, everything's all right now, and it's like, oh, you son of a bitch.
I know, man. That makes me sad. I don't know. It's a very touchy subject,
Yeah. No, I think it's terrible.
I know,
He killed her.
But it's like that seems like such a scapegoat, though. Like it's just to be like, oh, I found God, so everything's okay.
Yeah, that's what I always hate about people that like find God late in life.
Mm-hmm.
Then they like make it their personality after that, to where it's like, oh, things I still do wrong. I mean, I found God, so I can find forgiveness, and it's just like,
man, you're talking about half of my family.
You have a family? No,
they're somewhere. Ew.
But yeah, that was it on the news and stuff like that. Let me see. We have botches and stuff. Let's see what this is. Do. Oh yeah, here's this. Let me bring this up. Which one is it? This one? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I don't want it to be too loud. It's slow motion. What do you think that hurt more, his gut or his head? Because he landed right on his head.
Oh my god! I didn't even see the head part. I was just thinking about this fucking abdomen, like his rib cage underneath.
That's gotta hurt the gut. if for those just listening, that a guy's doing a splash off of a ladder and onto a guy who's got a door set up to fall on, and the guy moves off the door, but the door ends up going sideways and just hitting the guy straight in the gut when he comes down.
Oh my god. Fucking fatality shit right
On the
there.
hardest part of the door, and then he hits his head too, flat on the fucking mat.
Oh, it's GC. I was gonna ask if he was okay, but I was like, oh, it's GCW. He's not okay.
No, look at that, right on the fucking door.
Ooh, fast forward to where he hits his head. Ooh, oh my god.
At least the ring looked like it had give there, but yeah, I don't know what would be hurting more. Let's see. Oh, here's Cody's soul.
Cody, wait a second. What the hell is that? Shadow Machine, RKO, Pedigree, come and join us, Coach. Fuck me, CD. Silence your foul mouth!
So stupid.
No, like it was a 6-11 WrestleMania.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, that doesn't come back to haunt anyone. The stuff, cringe stuff we do.
You just reminded me. I'm still subscribed to Being the Elite. I gotta go unsub from them after this episode.
Don't they have aren't they? Isn't like Evil Uno now in the Dark Order doing stuff on that same channel now?
I think so.
I think they gave it to Evil Uno.
It's been a long time since I've seen anything from that, man. They just exist.
What's here? Oh, here's a something here. Let's take a look at this.
And now CJ with the bike at blistering speed.
This is now a one-star match.
1 star.
So if you're just listening, a guy had a bike in the ring and he just ran into the guy's balls in the corner.
So do you know what they're referencing here?
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're referencing San Andreas, and this guy's dressed up as CJ from San Andreas.
Uh-huh.
And he rides his bike into the guy's crotch, and then they announce that's now a one-star match, and they're playing the police sirens, and he's just looking around like, oh no, where do I go?
It's so weird, such a weird gimmick to have.
Oh man, I love wrestling sometimes. This is actually pretty great.
Here's Trinity on X. Here's CM Punk dancing. So it's just showing how. Can we talk about how Punker ate this 4 seconds up? Bianca Belair, CM Punk. And it just shows where CM Punk did a fucking squat all the way down with the ladies.
I can't do that.
That's pretty hot. That was a pretty hot outfit they had on.
Yeah. He recorded them like trying to do it from the side off of his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they're like laughing, and then Naomi looks up and then she's like, "Oh no!" Oh. It was funny.
She's the heel, and she's the bad guy now.
She killed Jade Cargill.
I swear. No, Jade Cargill came back like a butterfly in the cocoon. She's all hot as fuck now. Lastly, here, The Rock did Cody Rhodes at Elimination Chamber.
My brother, I don't want that. I want your soul.
It's so stupid.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. All I do know is that that was another episode of That's All Kayfabe, everyone.
We did it.
No, we did it. I want to thank everyone for liking, listening, rating, reviewing, subscribing, all that good stuff. I want to thank the great Gabe for being here. Gabe, what do you want to say to the people?
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. You took the soul right out of my mouth.
Oh.
Ugh, I want your soul, brother. But thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that notification bell for the channel. Leaving us a 5-star review on Spotify, and it all supports us.
Oh yeah. Well, thank everyone for listening. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you all next time on That's All Kayfabe. Bye.